Yo, what's good, y'all? We about to get the show started, but first, let me get that drop from my homie G5 Gabe, man. Get this thing started.
KO the base here. We lit tonight. Y'all come through, man. Y'all know how we gonna show up and show out. See y'all all in the building.
Yo, what is going on, man? Welcome to another episode of the Morning After Show. It's me, Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Let me get this camera turned on and let me get my co-host up here. We got KQKC Boxing Network in the building. OG, what up with it, man?
What up with it, man? What's going on?
Oh man, I'm chilling, ready to break down this boxing. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got the Canelo card. We got what he said after the fight. Regis Prograis officially with Matchroom, Dazn. Tank Davis got his sentence on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Shakur Stevenson had some interesting things to say. Oh man, there's so much boxing to talk about, man. I'm ready to get to it. Great call last night. What's going down with you though, man? You ready to get this thing popping?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, like I said in January, I think this year is gonna be a great year of boxing, and we getting it. We getting it. Next month we getting it, man. We are getting great boxing. 2 months of two undisputed fights in 1 month. And that's some good boxing. So yes, sir. I can't wait to get to it. All right.
Already. Well, look, let me get to the people in the building, and we're gonna get this thing started right now. And then shout out to the 51 people in here early, man. Y'all be sure to smash the like button. And let's get this thing going. Shout out Todd Swindle in the building. We got Shot Towns find us up in this thing. DP Rocker sliding through here. Thrill Hill, Boss Dog, Rodzilla Jones. Shout out to my brother Skywalker in the $5 with the super chat. The $5 cash out. Appreciate you, Skywalker. Thank you, man. Might want to check yours too, OG. He usually drop it to both of us. Kevin Rice in the building. What's good with it, Kevin? We got Sleepless JR in the building. We got Skywalker in the building again. Appreciate that cash out, brother. And Kevin Rice, I saw that after I did the video, man. They guys are paid at #1, so we'll see how that go. Maybe they setting up a fight with him and Frank Martin. You never know on the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford undercard. I'm just saying, could be nice. Windy City Assassin, what's up with it, bro? Marquis in the building, what's good? We got Rodzilla Jones. We got Jose Diaz. I see you, bro. I see you, Jose. We got BBG in the building. What's good with it? Understanding. Stefan in the building. Flawless Mentality. Dr. Mark. Zulu, what up, man? Zulu, what up? Silver, what's good with you, man? Who else we got? Thomas Hill in the building. What's good with it, Thomas? The Fight Doctor, what's up with it, man? And we got Byron Bradley. Everybody be sure to smash that like button as you come in the building. Teach, what's good with you, bro? I see you. Let's jump straight to it, man. We got a lot to talk about. The fights. Let's get to a fight first. A fight that I felt like went the wrong way on the judges' scorecard, but was a highly entertaining fight. We got to talk about the Stevie Spark, Gabriel Valenzuela. I think his last name is Valenzuela, if memory serves me correctly. The Australian versus the Mexican. Stevie Spark versus Gabriel Valenzuela. It was one of the opening fights on the main card. OG, you called that fight, huh?
Wait a minute. Okay, Sparks, I saw that, but who is what was his opponent?
He was fighting a dude. The first dude name was Gabriel. I lie. It's either Gabriel here. I look it up real quick.
Yeah, because I thought that was what you call Claus. Was that Claus? No.
Yeah, it was Gabriel Galaz Valenzuela. That's his name. We can call him Galaz.
Yeah. That was called.
Yeah,
right. Man, that was a great fight.
Regis since 91. Hey, Regis since 91 is he in here sleepy. He tried to come here and say, yo, he was like, ho, who you calling a hoe, man? Oh, there you go. Now he put yo in the chat. I'm just messing with you, man. I knew he was doing something, bro. Like, ho, man, who you coming here calling a hoe, bro? It's too early for that shit. This the morning after show. You got to come to the nighttime live streams. You want to have that type of energy, man. Brian King, B Falcon, what up, bro? Salute to you.
Yes,
PP Rocker, what's good, homie? All right, man. Talk to me about that fight, man. Galaz and Stevie Spark. What you got on that fight? What you think of it, man?
Sparks is a dog. Sparks was a dog. Sparks pretty much he got hurt a couple times by Claus, and Claus was doing his thing. He dropped his hands a lot, and I thought that was going to be his downfall, but it wasn't, because he was sticking his jab also. But Sparks came right out and shot a spark. He came right out and started teeing off. But only thing about his punches, they weren't accurate. All right. He did a lot of things, but they wasn't landing. And then he started landing on Claus. And of course, I think he hurt him a couple times. I know one time he did hurt him. But Claus, he came back. He showed heart. He came back and he started teeing off on Sparks. And he hurt Sparks with that one. He hurt Sparks with that one, and Sparks trying to cover up. And pretty much, next thing you know, Sparks got hit with something, and if I'm not mistaken, he went down. But Sparks got back up, and he got another spark and some a second win, and then he started coming back. And matter of fact, I know he won the later rounds. But there go Claus. Claus was trying to fight at mid range. He did not want any of that action on the inside. Neither one of the guys wanted any action. But Sparks put that pressure on you, and all you have to do is move back and try to shell up. Because when Sparks come at you, he throw punches upstairs, downstairs, and then to the left, right level. I mean, he is teeing off on you. And then, of course, you have to move out the way and bring it back to the center. And that's what Claus did. Now, of course, I think they had the decision wrong. I think that Sparks pulled it out, but they gave the fight to Claus, which I kind of figured that. But I think they had that fight scored wrong. But that's all I have on that one. But Sparks, listen, this is why Montana Love threw him out the ring. Because when you fight Sparks, he's going to sit there and seem like he posturing or posing. But next thing you know, he jumping right at you and throwing 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And next thing you know, you defending yourself. And that's what happened with Montana Love. And when Montana Love got embarrassed and he almost got hurt, then he got pretty much his attitude got in it. And next thing you know, he started pushing him and throwing him over the ropes. But again, Sparks came back in there and finished what he started. And there you go. So that's how I look at it. I think Sparks pulled it out, but of course, they were thinking about something else. All right.
Yeah, man. Look, man. And Skywalker say check your cash app. You got to accept it. He did send you a cash app. You got to go in there and accept it. So I wanted to make sure I told you that.
Oh, okay.
And then for the Spark and Goliath's fight. Look, man. I agree with a lot of what you said. I thought Spark was the busier fighter. I thought he landed the cleaner shots. The only round, I think it was round 3. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Round 3 when Goliath dropped him and had him hurt. For the majority of the round, Goliath did do good in that round, but I thought Spark had him on the back foot. Had him kind of, in survival mode a lot, just he was really throwing get off me arm punches, and you could see that Spark was landing the stronger, tougher shots, making the fight, pressing the fight forward, running that right hand up the middle. He couldn't miss with that straight right hand from Goliath. And Stevie Spark, he's not elite with his skills. He's not elite with his foot movement, his overall talent in the game, but he is elite with that gas tank, man. He is elite with that gas tank. To get hurt like he did and then recover and then still be the one making the fight and looking like you were the fresher fighter the entire fight with some of the body shots that Goliath was landing. Stevie Spark be coming to fight and he be in shape. And I thought that he pulled it out as well. I thought it was a bad move by Eddie Hearn to put him because he was the A-side fighter, right? He was the one coming off the Montana Love victory. Goliath had lost to Montana Love. I thought it was a horrible business move to put Stevie Spark in a situation where he's fighting on a Canelo undercard in Guadalajara, Mexico, and you put him in there with a Guadalajaran. You already know what the judge is probably gonna do. You know what I mean? Like that's a bad business move. You all the little momentum that Stevie Spark had, you just killed it. Like if you're gonna kill his momentum, I think they should have tried. See, this is shit to be upsetting. Why didn't they just put him in there with Richardson Hitchens, man? Like that's somebody you could have gave to Richardson Hitchens, who Richard Hitchens want to fight Montana Love. So you give him a former Montana Love opponent, and you put him in there with him, so that way you can kind of build him up. I thought it was a bad move, and I agree with you. I had it for Stevie Spark. I scored it for him 97 to 94, or it might have been 96 to 93, something like that. Where I thought he won 7 rounds to 3, kind of 6 rounds to 4, but got knocked down in there. So I thought that made the fight closer. But I clearly thought he did well in the first half of the fight. You give Goliath a couple of rounds in the middle where Spark was hurt, and then I thought he took over the back half of the fight as well. So I wasn't surprised that the judges' scorecards came out, considering that he was fighting in Mexico against a Guadalajara. But I was disappointed that Eddie Hearn would put him in that position to where he'd have to have a real wide decision, looks like, in order to get the nod over them. My brother Kano says, before you get to Regis' topic, Subriel was not available as he has a fight scheduled with Shohei Ergasher. That's gonna be a good fight. And yeah, we're gonna get to it. But salute to my bro Kano, man. I know you be busy, so I'm glad when you're able to come through and check us out, man. Y'all go check out Kano Loco Sports over there on YouTube doing his thing, man. Appreciate you, Kano. But we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Shout out David Williams in the building with the $10 super chat. Says I'm in the building. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
Shout out to Skywalker, also on that cash out. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. So as we continue working our way down the card and get to the co-main event, in the main event, I first wanted to ask you about this. So it's pretty much official. We talked about this last week, OG, about the WBC and Mauricio Suleiman blocking a potential undisputed clash between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, saying that they won't sanction a fight between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev because Bivol is a Russian. Well, Bob Arum has now come out and he says that Artur Beterbiev and Callum Smith will be indeed fighting, and that fight is going down in August. What do you think of that fight? I think even though I'm mad that he not unifying, that's a really good fight to me. Callum Smith has looked good at 175 pounds. What do you think about that fight now that we know that that's what's coming to us in August, man?
Man, you know what? I'm glad that's happening, right? I mean, of course, I'd rather see a different fight, but I see what they're doing. They saving Bivol for Canelo Alvarez. Of course, Eddie Hearn said they almost over the finish line, but Bivol wants it at 168, and Canelo wants it at 175. Now, of course, Bivol wants 168 because he's comfortable at 168. But again, once again, Mr. Suleiman, now he's doing that for a simple reason. Why? Because he wants them not to take Canelo's spot. I know what it is, basically, because Mr. Suleiman, he's Team Canelo. I mean, just let's say what it is. Now, of course, Callum Smith, yes, he deserved that fight with Beterbiev. That is a good fight to have. And Bob Arum made a good move to have that fight. And of course, they both could fight. Like I say, I don't get it because he's a Canadian. Yes, he's born in Russia, but he doesn't preside there. He's a Canadian citizen. But of course, politics come into play. Politics always come and play in the sport of boxing. And we see it right now. But of course, I think that's a good fight, man. And that's another a great fight on our belt right now. So I see that as being a good fight. Canelo, Alvarez, and Bivol. Now, I think that fight was going to happen, but it looked like it might happen. It looked like if they get over the finish line, it's going to happen. Now, the question is, after last night's performance, what we going to see out of Canelo next. All right? But that's all I have.
Yeah, for sure. And before I give my take on it, we got 136 people in the building.
Wow.
We at 76 likes right now, y'all. Y'all, let's get the likes up over to 100. Y'all know we love to get the likes to triple digits. So I know a lot of people forget it's early. We wiping the eye boogers out of our eyes and shit. Some of y'all forgot to brush your teeth. You forgot to wash your face and all that. But let's get the likes up real quick. Let's see if we can get them to 100 and let's continue the show. Let's continue this boxing talk. We up to 83 right now. That's right. That's what I'm talking about, man. We need 17 more people to hit the like button. If y'all want the talk, y'all want this boxing talk, man, let's get the likes up over 100. I know everybody can't hit the cash app. Everybody can't hit the super chat, but we appreciate your support and we need you to at least hit the like button. We up to 145 people in the building. That's what happened when you hit the like button. Some people don't get notifications. We got 93 likes now. Let's get 7 more. Let's get 7 more so I can give y'all my take. We can get to this Canelo shit. We can get to this Regis shit. We got some Shakur talk coming for y'all, some Tank Davis talk. But I just need 6 more people to hit the like button so I can continue, man.
And keep in mind, you through? I'm sorry.
Nah, I need 5 more, and then I'm through, and then you got it, OG. Now I need 4 more, just 4 more people. 145 in the building. I just need 4 more likes, man. I just need 4 more likes. I know money be tight and everybody can't cash app. Everybody, there we go. I knew y'all rock with your boy, man. Thank y'all, man. Thank you for hitting that like button. Now we looking good, over 100 likes. Go ahead, OG. What was you about to say?
No, I'm just saying that notifications. Now, of course, I call fights on Fridays. I'll always let you know what platform we're going to be on. So it doesn't matter about notification. Y'all know where we're going to be. I'm going to tell you. So don't worry about the notification, baby. Let's be here, baby. Let's be here.
9 a.m. sharp, baby. We in this mug, man. Ain't nobody else doing this shit. But on the Beterbiev and Callum Smith thing, it's a really good fight. It's a really good fight. I just hate it's not the absolute best fight that we could get at 175. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I want Bivol and Beterbiev, but this is a really good fight. Callum Smith is a good opponent. Beterbiev is getting older and older. Man, I don't know, OG. It looking like the WBC trying to let Beterbiev get like 40 years old, and all of a sudden you're gonna see Canelo move his ass up there and fight Beterbiev at 40 years old and shit, man. I don't know. It's like they trying, and then they putting them in there with people that's just good enough to take a little bit off of him. Like Anthony Yard was just good enough to beat him up a little bit, but he couldn't get him. Now they got him in there with Callum Smith, who gonna land some shots. He might hurt him a couple of times, you know what I mean? And then if Callum Smith beat him, Canelo gonna be like, shit, I know I can beat you. I already beat your ass before. Let me go ahead and get up here and get these 3 belts so I can.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. What's going on with this shit? But overall, it's a good fight. But I agree with you. The WBC is absolutely horrible. You got 2 Russians. You willing to sanction one of them, but you won't sanction the other one. Meanwhile, you allowing people to cheat left and right, right and left. The egg gate conspiracy with fucking Conor Ben. You got fucking whatchamacallit, what's the dude name? You got Oscar Valdez cheating and shit, and you let him slide. And then OG, you was calling the fight, and you couldn't hear it last night. But that Julio Cesar Martinez fight, the WBC went back and made them change that slip to a knockdown.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
supposed
They
to do
told me in
that.
the chat. Yeah, they
They
told me in the
talking about
chat.
after
Yeah,
they
yeah.
talking about after further review and shit. Ain't no replay review in Mexico.
Do you know
They
who was
changed
standing
that
behind the
shit. We
judge?
gonna
Go
get on
ahead.
that shit too, man. That was some bullshit, bro.
Yeah,
But shout out
yeah,
Ty
yeah.
French. Shout out Ty French in the super chat with the $2 says that early morning super chat. OG Barry White. We appreciate you, Ty French, in that super chat. Then we got my brother Zach. What up, Zach? In the super chat with the $5 says Tank Davis. The like button. Yeah, I don't know if they want Tank Davis. They might break it if they Tank Davis. You know what I'm talking about? That power coming real. The AP, the accountability partner with the $5 in the super chat says Suleiman is on that same BS. However, Beterbiev versus Smith, a good fight, but I'd rather have unification with Bivol. Yeah, man. Me
Right.
too. I agree with that, AP.
Yes, sir.
The entire super chat you just dropped, that's my mindset too. Just like it's like this, AP. Devin and Shakur is a real good fight if Devin beats Loma, but Devin and Tank is the fight. Tank versus Frank Martin is a real good fight if that fight can be made, but Tank
Right.
and Devin is the fight. It's more than one good fight, but if you really understand boxing, everybody should understand that it's always one fight in a division that's above all else. You look at any division that you want. At the welterweight division, if we get Terrence Crawford versus Jerron Boots Ennis, that would be a damn good fight. Or we get Terrence Crawford versus Virgil Ortiz Jr., assuming he come back healthy, that's a damn good fight. Earl Spence versus Jerron Ennis, it's a good fight. But we all know what the fight is in the welterweight division. It's Spence and Crawford that everybody want to see. So while we can have other good fights, it's one fight that is fight fans everybody should be pushing for in each division if you're paying attention and you want to see, you know what I'm saying, you want to see the best possible fights that you can see. But OG, let's get
Okay,
go
let
ahead.
me say that. Brian Falcone. Yes, the Mexican government did fund that fight. Now, Canelo Alvarez Promotions promoted that fight. So yes, you are correct. All right. Yes, they did fund that fight, and of course, you seen that entrance, and that is costing a lot of money. That entrance he did. So, and yes. So also knockout. Yes. I didn't hear it because I can't turn it up, but they told me in the chat about it. Then I did see Maurice Suleiman standing behind the judges. Why are you standing behind the judges?
Instructing them, pointing to the
Right,
shit.
right.
Bruh,
Pointing, telling them what the referee is saying. So the referee went to all three judges and said, no slip. That was a knockdown. So wow. And that's
Yeah,
what
and since we already done talked about it a little bit, my entire take on it is this is my issue with why I talk about the things that I talk about. We talk about the belts, we talk about the corruption in the sport, and we try to push it forward because at the end of the day, yes, the ref made a mistake. I thought it was a knockdown. But if that's what you want to do, then you put procedures in place. You have that shit to where it's everybody's it's the same rules for everybody. When you clearly just doing that shit because you Mexican, you in Mexico, the dude that the knockdown would have benefited is a Mexican, and you make sure that, and he's the A side clearly. Julio Cesar Martinez was the champion. He's the one with the goddamn promotional deal with Matchroom, with Dazn. You clearly showing bias and you clearly showing favoritism, which is why I always ask people when you see shit like this, right? When you see that this is who runs a sanctioning body, Mauricio Suleiman is running around changing the rules in the middle of the fucking fight, bro. In the middle of the fight, he changing the rules, like, and making it favorable towards somebody that has the same culture, that comes from the same background as him. You see that he did the shit for Oscar Valdez. You see what he did for Conor Benn in terms of allowing him back in the rankings and shit. Y'all see that shit, and then you still give credence to his belt, bro. You still give credence to the shit that he passed out and the decisions that he makes. You understand that he's in charge of those decisions that y'all all say are bullshit, but he's also in charge of deciding who gets title shots and who gets mandatories. And I'm gonna order this mandatory. I'm gonna order that mandatory. I'm not gonna order this. I am gonna order this. But then we'll still give credence to the shit that he's handing out, bro. When I tell y'all that I don't do that, this is why, bro, because of shit like this, and y'all all see it. You just don't want to understand what's going on for whatever reason. But what you overall, what you think of that, OG?
Yeah, I mean, no, you're 100% right because it's no instant replay in boxing. I'm sorry, but it's just not. Now, if a referee makes a mistake, and you know it's a slip, but he call it let's say he call it a knockdown, and it's a slip. Oh well, hey, the fight got to go on. It's a knockdown. You got to deal with it. You got to come back. There's no change in rules in the sport of boxing.
Yep.
No, it was a knockdown. All right, even though it was a slip, you got to. It's been like this for years. Now, if you want to bring in instant replay, if you want to go and say, okay, time out, let me look at the mark. I mean, all right, then put it in place.
Put it in place. Yes, bro.
All right, that's what you need to do. And then when you have a close call or a controversy call, then you go and call timeout and look at the monitor. But no, you don't go on somebody's word. You don't go on by the WBC. Hey, no. Hey, man, no. Hold on, Ralph. No, Ralph. Wait a minute. You got to change that. If that's the case, then, all right, a lot of things should have been changed a long time ago. I mean, Kenneth Bader makes mistakes. I mean, Harvey Dock make mistakes. I mean, you got a lot of referees that make mistakes, but the fight must go on. That's what happens. All right.
Facts,
this ain't
man.
no team sport. This is a individual sport. All right. So we got to remember that. And we got to remember that the WBC is not the most prestigious belt in the governing bodies. All right. Keep that in mind, in the sanction bodies. All right.
So check this.
Yeah.
Check this, right? Because what ends up happening, we've been talking about this for about 10 minutes now, and it's getting a lot of buzz in the chat, and people are talking about it and giving their opinions on it. But peep this, y'all. Peep this. This is what we should have been doing. If Mauricio Sulaiman didn't do that bullshit, you know what we'd be talking about? Because I'm about to break down the fight right now. We'd be talking about how Julio Cesar Martinez was potentially getting put on his back foot, was against the ropes, was having to do things and fight in a way that he's not used to fighting. He was able to overcome that. He looked for his shots. He slipped some shit, was catching them with big shots, was able to fight his back off the ropes, and ended up showing that his power carries late. Because remember, against Chocolatito, it looked like he was getting tired at the end of that fight. He looked like he was fighting on nothing but guts and glory. But in this fight, you could tell that he learned from it. You could tell that he was able to make adjustments and start landing shots, start pressing forward, and he ended up getting a stoppage in the 12th round of an entertaining fight that the dude was very competitive in and came to fight and was trying to take his opportunity. And Julio Cesar Martinez bit down. He bit down, and he was able to end up getting the stoppage to where Ronald, I forget his last name. Ronald was not complaining about it. He was dead dog tired, and Julio Cesar Martinez broke him down and was able to get that stoppage. Yeah, he was able to get that stoppage. That is what we should be talking about. That is what I would have loved to come up here and talk about first. But when you try to overcorrect shit, when you try to cheat for your homeboys and try to put shit in their favor because y'all got the same culture or y'all hang out together or y'all are friends outside of shit, whatever the case may be, when you try to put extra sauce on shit to try to make your people look good, you could actually end up making them look messed up out here. You can actually end up taking credit away from them and then trying to protect Julio Cesar Martinez and then trying to make him look like he got something and didn't want him to have to overcome the judges or referee's bad decision. You actually fucked up and tainted the entire fight because what everyone is talking about, I'm sure if you go to Channel Phillies, what up, man? Channel member in the building. And L Dub, I see you, man. I gotta say something about L Dub before I pass it to the OG too. So y'all be sure to listen to me when I get to talking on L Dub. It's 177 people in here. I need y'all to all do something for L Dub, and I'll tell y'all in a minute. But when you do that, this is the shit that I'm talking about, bro. And I agree with you, teacher. I don't think he's a good boxer at all, but the way that he overcame a dude who had better skills than him, in my opinion, a dude who was more disciplined than him, in my opinion, the way that he overcame that should be the conversation. But if you go across YouTube, you're gonna hear a lot of people talking about the bullshit that Mauricio Sulaiman did and actually taking light off of the performance from Julio Cesar Martinez. I'm gonna pass it to you, OG, so you can break down the fight. But real quick before I do, y'all, L Dub has started his website. He has his own website now. Y'all need to all 181 of y'all. You get your news from Boxing News 24 and shit. You get your news from Boxing Scene, Bad Left Hook. You go to ESPN. L Dub is more accurate than all of those people when it comes to reporting news, and he does it unbiasedly, and he does a great job at it. He is giving me a lot of shit first that a lot of people didn't even know. So if you're going to support all those other websites and you're going to drive traffic to their website, you're going to drive traffic to what they got going on, you need to go over there and you need to check out L Dub's website, because he's better than a lot of your favorite journalists. He's better than a lot of your favorite reporters. Go support his website and drive traffic to it if you're looking for boxing news, boxing rankings, and all that shit, man. Go do that for him. He didn't ask me to do that. He didn't say, hey, can you say this for me, knockout? I'm just saying it on the fact that he's a good brother who really loves the sport of boxing, and we got to support shit like that because that's his lane. I always told him I thought he was great at that shit, and that's his lane. So please go support his website. If you're going to have fucking Boxing News 24 like I do, if you're going to have fucking World Boxing News on your tab like I do, and Boxing Scene and all that shit that we all look at, if you're going to have that as saved as one of your favorites, it should be nothing for you to go to L Dub website and save that shit as your favorites too, and go drive traffic to his shit, and make sure you tell people about that shit too. If you got a channel, if you're in these chats and shit, make sure you do that, bro. Make sure you do that shit, because that's the shit that's gonna take people to the real shit and not this fake. Let's report Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford 10 times out the goddamn year so we can hope that we right. He don't do shit like that. And then here's his very simple. I got that up there for y'all. www.ldubboxing.com. Y'all go do that shit. He and I don't agree on a lot of shit. You know what I mean? We don't agree on a lot of shit, but I don't care about none of that shit, bro. It's just boxing, and he be doing his goddamn thing, and y'all need to go support that shit. So the link is in the chat. There's no reason that you shouldn't save it to your favorites right now. There's no reason that you shouldn't start driving traffic to his website and quit driving traffic to these bullshit ass websites that's inaccurate half the goddamn time anyway. But all right, OG, go ahead and break down the fight for us, man, and let us know what you thought of Julio Cesar Martinez versus Ronaldo, man.
You know what? Martinez and the Chocolatito fight, of course, he wasn't up to his level. Of course, he was a fill-in. And of course, he fought the same way he fought on last night. But you're right, he did get a little better. He still jump in with his punches. And he reminds me, like I said last night, of Devin Haney. Devin Haney used to do that about a couple years ago. He would jump in to make his punches, trying to, sit down on him. And now it seems like Martinez is trying to sit down on the punches without jumping in so much. But he is a dog to be so small. He would take a punch and still keep coming. Now, one thing I can say about Martinez, yes, he get hit with this shot and that shot. He's knocking down on the body shots. Barasta, he fought a very disciplined fight. He fought a very smart fight. Barasta. He has Martinez going from rope to rope and to turnbuckle to turnbuckle. But Martinez always find a way to get out of there. But he did pretty much tee off on Barasta, and Barasta teed off on him. Of course, it was a good tit and tap. But like I say, Barasta, I think, fought a good, smart fight. Went downstairs, went upstairs, was working that stern. He was working that body. He was working that midsection. I mean, that's all he was doing. And it was all open. Because Martinez wears a earmuff, high guard. And he always come in with the high guard to get about a few inches. Then he throw his punches. Then he start jumping in. And then he gets a little wild. Then he had to calm down. But all again, I can see the growth in him. I can see that he's getting, he learned from his mistakes. Because keep in mind, Martinez was a big star at one time or another in the city of Mexico. They love this kid. This kid was like packing them in. I mean, like 9,000 to 10,000, which is a lot in his hometown. So I think he's trying to get his groove back now. And I think that they made a few tweets, and he seems like he's getting better. But like I say, the knockdown, slippage, switch up, that was crap. But I don't want to take away from the performance he gave. The performance he gave, he took his time. He still kept coming forward. He still kept pushing Barraza back. And so I'm not going to pretty much, and then Barraza started pushing him back. But still, I'm not going to take away his performance. Even though that was a blunder, but still, he did his thing. So, but hey, look, shout out to him and his team, which is
Yeah.
Ronaldo. He's in that same gym with Canelo, Alvarez. So, I mean, I see the growth, and now he got to get more fights on his belt. All right. So, but that's how I saw Martinez, and and good luck to him. All right.
Yeah. I mean, now for all that, don't get it twisted. He still got a lot of he still got a lot of holes in his game. He still square up. He still ain't got no defense.
Right.
Yeah, man, that shit was.
But he's just a tough little cookie, man.
He's just tough, bro.
Yeah, he's tough.
Now you want to talk about him against the top of the division. You want to talk about him about Jesse Bam Rodriguez when he come back from his broken jaw. You want to talk about him versus Sonny Edwards and shit. I think they school him. Like I think they gonna school him if he get in the ring with him. But I love his heart and I love the fact, bro. Like anybody that's willing to take when Chocolatito was looking good at the time. Anyone that's willing to take on Chocolatito on a 1 week notice, like he did, like was that 22 or 21? I think that might have been 21, or it might have been at the beginning of 2022. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But anybody that's willing to do that, bro, they instantly get my respect. Win, lose, or draw. Like because people don't do that shit, man. Like it's a great opportunity, but you don't fight somebody like Chocolatito on a 1 week notice or a 2 week notice, whatever it was, bro. So that moment right there, I was like, all right, yeah, let me follow this young man. So he did his thing. He came on the co-main event on the Canelo card, and looks like based on if y'all following what L Dub saying in the chat, based on what he's saying, they about to try to do that shit again, put him on another Canelo card. So they clearly want to continue to build him and want to continue to kind of make him a star in the sport. And I think he's one of Canelo's fighters or something like that. He's under Canelo, so man, he did his thing and he's on to the next. I just hate that it got tainted by what we saw with Mauricio Suleiman doing that shit.
Exactly.
Now, the other thing as we get to it, we're about to get to the Canelo fight in a minute. Y'all know y'all want to talk about his fight and what he said after and his future plans and all that shit. We're gonna get to that. But first, bro, Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson has been doing a lot and saying a lot, then backtracking a little bit. Well, he said he pulling up on Devin Haney. He said he gonna be at the Devin Haney Lomachenko fight, but he also is talking about Jermaine Ortiz. What's going on with Shakur? He gonna be in the building. It's a good look. Is he calling out Devin? You think they're gonna put him in the ring with the winner of Devin Loma to build their fight? Like, what's your thoughts on Shakur Stevenson and what he got going on right now?
Well, I don't know about the Ortiz or any other opponents. Anything's possible. That fights can be made. But with the Devin Haney fight, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. That's not going to happen. After that Lomachenko fight, he is moving up to 140. He cannot sustain and try to get back down and squeeze down to that weight. Now, don't worry about Frank Martin. He's going to be there. Lomachenko is going to be there. Gervonta Tank Davis will be there. And, of course, Shakur will be there because he just got there. He's going to be moved up in another year or two. But Devin Haney, he's the odd man out. He got to go because he cannot make that weight again. Now, don't let them fool you. Don't let them make you think he's going to stay and hang around and go in another training camp for another 8 weeks waiting to fight Shakur Stevenson. No, that ain't going to happen. No matter what Bill or whoever tell you, that's not going to happen. Because Shakur Stevenson is a special fighter. He's a boxer, pure boxer, and Devin Haney got to be on point when he fights someone like that. And he don't have to be on point on the 20th. He's going to have to be on point with Lomachenko. He's not old. He's not walking with a walker. I mean, he still got some fight left in him. And, of course, Lomachenko is going to try to fight on the inside. And what Devin's going to try to do, he's going to try to hold and clinch. But what's going to happen with Lomachenko, he will refuse to clinch, and he's going to make the judges see that he's trying to refuse it. But, once again, like I say, Shakur is thinking smart. He is thinking ahead. He is thinking about big fights at 135. Because that's what he's looking for. He's looking for the belts. He's looking for big fights. And I don't blame him. Now, would he step in the ring, knockout? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to step in the ring. All right, because that fight is not going to happen unless it happened at 140 down the line, and maybe in a couple years or so, or maybe longer. I don't know. It depends on how long he stay down there. But I just can't see Devin Haney. The way he's built, the way he is coming in with that frame. No rehydration clause, of course, and you're not going to blow up. No, not with another guy like Gervonta Davis or Shakur Stevenson. No, that's not going to happen. So if you can get down to 135, it's not going to happen. You're going to be so drained. I mean, your body is not meant to be drained 3 times like that. You got to do what God gave you. Your body, you got nothing but bones after that. Come on.
Because what's going to end up happening is he going to get in there and it's not going to be right. If he keep doing that shit, man, I don't care how skilled you are, you're going to get in there, and because of just basic science, it ain't gonna be the same. You're gonna be slower. You ain't gonna be able to take no goddamn punches. And somebody that maybe shouldn't beat you, or somebody that you shouldn't be in there with, compromised like that. It's gonna be bad for you. But as far as Shakur going to the fight, I love it, bro. It's one of those things where, so he said something on his IG. I was listening to him on his IG, and he said, I do this and I do that to a lot of your favorite fighters. Then when people start talking about, oh, he talking about Devin, or oh, he talking about Tank or whatever, he backtracked on it and said, man, I wasn't even talking about them. I'm talking about Jermaine Ortiz. That's a more realistic fight, blah, 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 all that shit. And I'm like, bro, Jermaine Ortiz ain't nobody's favorite fighter, man. We all know who you've been talking about. You've been talking about Tank and Devin since, you know what I'm saying, since your last fight with the sushi guy. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of confusing, but I love when these guys go to each other fight, man. Like I love that, because it's good for them to get publicity. It's good for them to get to be able to call each other out, and it just make the fight bigger. I don't know why they don't do that, man. Because if it's me, I'm at everybody, Nick. I'm going to everybody fight that y'all think y'all want to see me fight, and I'm calling them out. And if I'm a fighter and I knock somebody ass out and I see my rival in the stands or whatever, I might jump out the ring and go talk shit to him just to go viral or something, just to try to big up the fight and make people want to watch it and shit, man. So, I like he going to the fight. As far as what you said about Devin Haney, I 100% agree with you. But here's the thing, OG, they kind of stuck their foot in their mouth. You know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't have been. I thought it was a horrible move, an absolutely horrible move by Team Haney to say that you staying at 135 for the foreseeable future for the rest of the year, and you don't even know what the weight cut like yet. You ain't even like people don't understand it's a big deal. He last made weight in October. He's making weight again for May. That is a long ass time to go between a weight cut for somebody that's as big as him, for somebody that's growing the way that he been growing. And what I think is happening is they're saying everything so that when they make a decision, they can say that that's what we said we're going to do. So that's why you hear everything coming out of the camp. That's why you hear Devin saying, well, we're going to see how my body look. That's why you heard him say, well, I'm going to go up to 140. That's why you heard him say, well, I'm going to stay at 135. They've now covered all the bases so that when they make whatever decision that they're going to make, then they can say, oh, well, we said we was going to do this. But I see what's going on in that situation. But as much as I want to see the Tank fight, I would just say they shouldn't have said what they said, because here's what's gonna happen, man. Just so Devin Haney fans, because it's a lot in the chat, just so you know what's going to happen, because we tell you, and then some people act surprised. I told y'all what was gonna happen with this whole deal that he signed the Top Rank. If he moves up to 135 without entertaining a Tank Davis fight, the same way that Tank Davis will be called a duck if he entertains anything without seeing what's up with Haney first, Devin will be called a duck based on the words of him and his father if he moves up and doesn't entertain a Tank Davis fight, whether he looked like a skeleton on the goddamn scale. People not gonna care. Real ones will. Those of us that really study the sport be like, dog, bro, like I like me, if he look emaciated on the scale against 130 against Lomachenko, and he looked like it was just such a terrible ass weight cut, bro, I'm gonna be like, man, move up to 140, because
Yeah.
that would already let me know what would happen with him and Tank, bro. Like if he cuts weight for Loma and looks horrible on the scale, and then let's say he stays at 135 for Tank Davis at the end of the year, bro. If you got Devin Haney in that fight, you just love you some Devin Haney, bro. Like he will not beat Tank weight drained, dog. Like it will not fucking happen. You know what I mean? Like that shit. Like I don't want to see that. So if he just look horrible and it's hard for him to make weight, I don't want no advantages and shit. I want them fighting at their best and shit, because that would be I'm telling you, it would be all bad for y'all. It would be all bad for him if he fight Tank Davis and he can't be the best version of himself. That shit is gonna go left, and it will go left fast. That is indeed the case. Shout out to Matayo L with the $10 in the super chat. Before we get to the Canelo fight, I got one more thing that I got to talk to the OG about. Then we'll get to Canelo and we'll talk about some Tank Davis and his court house arrest and all that shit. Give y'all a taste of what y'all gonna get from the brother L Dub. I was just scrolling through his chat. You won't find this. I was scrolling through his website. You won't find this shit on Boxing News 24. You won't find this shit on Boxing Scene. OG Andy Cruz, the Olympic gold medalist that beat up Keyshawn Davis multiple times in the amateurs, the one that's highly sought out of Cuba, the guy that kept making Keyshawn Davis finish second in tournament after tournament after tournament. Andy Cruz has now signed to Matchroom Boxing.
Wow. Okay.
He has made it out. He has signed to Matchroom Boxing with his debut to come real soon. They're going to announce it. What do you think of Andy Cruz finally coming through and finally getting with one of these big promotional companies, and looks like he gonna be signed to Matchroom? What you got on that, man?
Man, you know what? That's a great for Andy Cruz. I mean, a Matchroom, great promotion company. Eddie Hearn, you know, Dazn, the platform they fight on. But the problem is that it's Dazn, and you're talking about top rank, you know. So I mean, unless they can come together, then maybe Keyshawn want to get his revenge back. He want to say, hey, this is not amateur. We are in the pros now, because now you're in the big leagues, and now let's get it on. You know, now let's say he want to do that. Well, now I don't think that's going to happen. They're going to have to start cross promotions. They're going to have to start fighting each other. No matter what side of the street or whatever you're on, they're going to have to start fighting each other. We saw this a while back coming. If Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia can do it, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it, because they all need to start fighting each other. Now, if you want to be the best, you got to fight the best. And that's all we are saying. And that's what Cruz need to do. That's what Keyshawn needs to do. Now, yes, you are a silver medalist. Yes, but now you have to start over. You have to start over because you're in the pros. Now, of course, Cruz going to need a couple fights to get acclimated to a fight without headgear, without a shirt on, you know, things like that. The amateurs got to get used to a crowd, you know, a big crowd, things like that. But I think Cruz going to be okay. I think he's going to be okay. I think he's got that pedigree where he can translate from amateur up to the pros. Some people can't do it, but I think he's going to do it, you know. So, and he has that Cuban style also, and that's the school, what they call the Finker School of Boxing. So, man, I can't wait to see what he's going to do. Now, the question is, do Matchroom, who can they match him up with on Matchroom side? You know, I mean, sure, it's a lot of smaller weight classes down there, and so maybe we'll see him with a nice tune-up or making his debut. You know, so hopefully Keyshawn there can make a fight down the line. So
yeah, man. Like, look, man. The thing with that is, like, I see you, Kilo. Kilo says Matchroom isn't doing any promotional cross promotional fights. For me, just as a boxing fan, a talent the caliber of Andy Cruz, an Olympic gold medalist, a highly decorated amateur 4 times over, like just a premier talent. I'm just happy that he about to get to be a pro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just happy. Like, for right now, like, all that shit gonna come, bro. We got time for all that. He ain't old at all.
right.
I'm just happy that he finally is able to get to be a pro fighter, bro, and get to be able to come show us what he can do in the ring. We'll start pushing the fight with Keyshawn, you know, and Abdullah Mason one day. We'll start pushing those fights for the people in his generation coming up with him. We'll start doing that. I'm just glad that we finally got him over here. He was trying to make it. He was trying to come and do his thing. Well, now he finally about to make it. And again, we got that info from L Dub Boxing. I ain't gonna tell y'all no bullshit, bro. When I tell y'all to follow somebody or I tell y'all to check something out, bro, I ain't listen, man. I'm 100 over here. I don't just put my name on anybody, bro. I'm telling y'all right now. So this is the type of shit, the type of updates that you gonna get. And I know y'all been seeing them in the chat updating y'all too, and it's gonna be accurate. Just letting y'all know the shit gonna be accurate. So go check it out. Shout out to Matayo L with the $20 in the super chat. Says love me some boxing. Hi chat. Appreciate you always supporting the channel. Matai always coming through. He drop a super chat and he don't even say nothing sometimes. He just be like, here, take this money. Take this money, go do something with it. So shout out to Matai, man. And then shout out to L Dub in the super chat with the $5. Says appreciate the support. Always, bro. You do a great job. When you do a great job, it speaks for itself. You ain't gotta ask for nothing around here, bro. You do your thing, we gonna support that shit. Cause I already know how you gonna give it up. You just gonna report the news, ain't gonna be no slant to it, ain't gonna be no motherfucking one-sided to it. You just gonna say, hey, here's what's happening, and then you'll let people do what they want to do with the information. So I'm glad that you got that shit going, because I think that's your lane, man. I think you do that shit. You do everything good, but I think you do that shit better than everybody, bro. Shout out to OG Mr. Month with the $2 in super chat. Says salute to KO and the other OG KQKC Boxing Network. Salute OG Mr. Month, man. Appreciate you coming through. All right, OG. Canelo Alvarez in Guadalajara fighting in the stadium Mexico put on. They showed up for him. The question is, did he show out? Did he show out? And I got an announcement for y'all. After when we get done with the show, I got something big coming. Something big coming, y'all. So we got a lot of shit coming to the channel. So y'all stay tuned for the end of the show. It's gonna be big. We got 256 people in here. We got to get to 200 likes. If y'all want to hear Canelo, right? Y'all want us to get Canelo. We got like 40 minutes left in the show. If y'all want us to get to Canelo, if you want us to get the Tank, if you want to know the big news that we got coming to the channel, I need to get to 200 likes. We got 260 people in here.
You went out a little bit.
174 likes.
Say that again, knockout. All right. Just hit the like button. He wants you to hit the like button.
Y'all hear?
Cause he going out. Say it again.
Yeah.
No, you froze. Nah, you froze. All right. He wants y'all to hit that like button. Yes, sir. If we want to know, if you want. Yeah, you still froze.
Let me.
Yeah, go out and come
quick,
back.
Maybe.
Okay, now I hear you.
Yeah, there we go. I turned my camera off. I should be good now.
Yeah. Okay. Say that again. Knockout.
Give me a second. All right, am I good? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
All right, I was just saying, hit the like button one time. We about to start this Canelo talk. I think that'll help with the service. So,
yeah, you're going back out.
Apologies.
You're going back out. You're going back out, knockout.
Everybody.
Go out and come back in.
OG, go ahead and break down the Canelo fight for us. Everybody else, let's get up to.
You just faded out. get the likes up. All right, just get the likes up, y'all. All right, that's what he meant. He's trying to say, get the likes up. All right. Now, Canelo Alvarez. Okay, that fight, the king is home. Guadalajara, Mexico. 91 degrees, baby, and they showed out for him. They showed up and showed out for Canelo Alvarez. They had almost $1 million entrance as he walked in the ring entrance. I mean, they had everybody in there. So, of course, what Canelo did, took the ring walk, and, of course, he tried what he did with Demetrius Bivol. Now, when Demetrius Bivol fight, he did what we call some kind of a game plan where he hit him on the arm, and where he'd keep hitting on the arm so he couldn't raise the arm up to hit the jab. Well, he was doing the same thing to Ryder, but he was doing the same thing to Ryder on the right side of his liver. And the liver and the right side was red. But Canelo Alvarez was getting popped back with that left hook and left uppercut by Ryder. Now, Ryder was fighting small. Now, they are the same height. They basically the same height. But what Ryder did was he gave him that Mayweather shoulder. He turned his body this way, and he gave him the shoulder, and then he used the left hand, because he's a southpaw, to use it with the uppercut. And Canelo Alvarez had the earmuffs on. He had a high guard. So what Ryder did was Ryder came up with the uppercut, bam, 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 popping the head back of Canelo and splitting that high guard. That's what Ryder was doing. Now, Canelo, again, came in and hit him with a big, straight right hand. And that busted the nose of Ryder. Then Ryder still came and was wobbled, but he stood in there, he fought. He stood in there, he still fought. And so, I mean, Ryder was tough, but of course, he got hit and got knocked down right on the equilibrium by Canelo Alvarez with that straight right. Okay, but once again, he got up. Now, like I always say, it doesn't matter when you get knocked down, it's what you do when you get up. And when he got up, he got a newfound energy. And then he came straight back and started coming straight forward on Canelo. Now, he was trying to initiate the clinch, but Canelo was refusing to clinch. Now, of course, he gave him that shoulder again. And once again, he started working on the inside. He did great work last night on the inside. There's no doubt about that. He did great work on the inside. Now, Canelo Alvarez was pretty much a step behind last night. He was trying to throw the jab. He was trying to initiate the jab. He was trying to get the jab going, but he would not step in that pocket. He was trying to fight on the outside. He didn't want to fight too close in mid-range, all right? So he tried to fight and throw the jab on the outside, but wasn't nobody home. Wasn't nobody there. But what Ryder did was Ryder came straight in and then gave him the shoulder once again. But there go Canelo coming back with a counter right. But there go a Ryder. He coming back with a counter left. I mean, I'm talking about a counter to the counter to the counter. And that's what Ryder was doing. Ryder was fighting a nice game plan. But Canelo was trying to go right to the hip, right to the liver once again. But when he threw the straight right, he was trying to go down the pocket, and then he got caught in between. Now, what I mean by caught in between is this. Ryder was trying to throw the straight left. So what he did was, when Canelo threw the overhand right, Ryder went in between both hands and both arms of Canelo and straight up the middle. And Canelo pretty much, I think he's running out of ideas. So he shot wobbling the right hand. Of course, he throws like this. And of course, he was missing. He was overthrowing. And then Canelo pretty much back to the ropes. Now, I will tell you this. Ryder has a chin. Ryder is a dog. Now, when you want something so bad, when you want something, when you that close, when you are a mandatory, this is a mandatory defense now. This is for all the belts. And when you that close and you want something so bad and you know this is your chance, you got 51,000 people in that stadium. And you want it so bad and you know this is your chance to shine. You're going to get up. You're going to give them every last inch of your body. And that's what Ryder did. Ryder took the distance. Everybody had him out of there in 4. Everybody had him out of there in 6. Everybody had him out of there before that. But Ryder lasted. We were going into the championship round. And then I saw the views going up and up and up. Because I believe that Canelo was still there. Still there. Man, I mean, I said we are going in the championship round. I'm talking about round 11, baby. Wow. And man, and everybody got kind of quiet in that stadium. All right, it wasn't as loud as it was at first. Now, of course, Ryder again, he tried his best, but Canelo could pretty much played keep away. But Canelo got kind of let's say bothered. Okay, he was annoyed because he couldn't get this man out of there. He couldn't do anything to get this man. And this man, Ryder, he put on a good show. Now, of course, we're in Guadalajara, Mexico, and of course, that's the hometown of the so-called face of boxing. So he's not going to come out on the losing end. But Ryder showed up and showed out, and I think we're gonna have a lot of good fights coming on right away. Knockout. So that's how that fight go. But I will say this, everybody. What's up? Drink more water.
Yeah, drink. What up, bro? What's good with you?
Canelo Alvarez has lost a step or two. Okay? Because you can tell if you don't watch Canelo maybe about 10 times in your whole boxing career, you can see that Canelo has lost a step. Now, what it is, I don't know. But what I told you last night, when you get knocked down, or when you lose your first fight, a la Adrian Broner, Marcos Maidana. I mean, let's say recently, how about Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz? You never know what can happen in the sport of boxing. And now Canelo Alvarez, he lost to Demetrius Bivol, and maybe something happened in that fight. Well, his self-confidence went down. I don't know. But what I do know is that Canelo Alvarez is not that same guy. He looked like he recycled himself. He looked like he looked when he fought Floyd Mayweather. That's how he looked. He's like he recycled himself. But right now, I can't say this. Canelo is not the same. I'm sorry, Boxing Arnold. I know you in here, baby. Yes, sir.
Hey, she love her some Canelo, bro.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, she does some Canelo, baby. But
she rock heavy with Canelo. Boxing Honor, Bruce Gas, salute to everybody coming in the building again. I got some big announcements coming to y'all, so y'all be sure to tune in at the end of the show. But go ahead, OG. Go ahead.
Just let me say this, though. But one thing about it, you got to ask yourself this. You got to ask yourself this question. Morrell, Benavidez, Charlo, they all are taller than Canelo. Watch out. I'm telling you right now, do he want that smoke? Is he available for that smoke? Now, you call Floyd Mayweather cherry pick. You about to see some cherry pick going on right now. And that's all I got.
Hey man, shout out. When I started playing Computer Love and going chopped and screwed and shit, I made sure I starred these. But shout out to Kilo Needle with the $5 in super chat. Says $5 on the wine. Damn, a kilo, it's 10 a.m., bro. It's early and shit for some wine, man. I'm gonna go get some Starbucks after this shit, though. I appreciate that, homie. I'm gonna go. I gotta give me that strawberry acai refresher with the lemonade. Add the peach juice to that shit. Man, that shit fire. Give me one of them impossible breakfast sandwiches. Woo, I'm gonna turn it up after this. Shout out Foxy Brown with the $5 in super chat. Says, good job, guys, getting up early this morning. Oh, we working. Oh, yeah. And then I wanted to catch a couple of these. Jo says Morrell hasn't proven anything. He's proven more than John Ryder in 10 fights. John Ryder has never held any type of championship. David Morrell is the regular WBA champion, and he's been able to accomplish in 10 fights exactly what John Ryder has been able to accomplish, and that is he is Canelo Alvarez's mandatory challenger. It's funny, I didn't hear people saying that John Ryder didn't accomplish anything. John Ryder has triple the fights of David Morrell and has put himself in the exact same position that David Morrell is in. If Canelo doesn't want to fight him, he should drop his WBA belt, Jo. Point blank, period, bro. Like, I hear what y'all are saying, but it's funny how every time it's somebody that could be dangerous, now they ain't proving shit. I can't help but wonder what the fuck Avni Yildirim improved. I can't help but wonder what the fuck Rocky Field improved. I can't help but wonder what the fuck Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. proved. I can't help but wonder these things when you say that, Jo. It is what it is. And then shout out Timothy Stoudemire says Benavidez versus Morrell has potential to be a great trilogy, though. Tim Stott, that's not a close fight, in my opinion, bro. Could be dead ass wrong. It's not a close fight, bro. David Morrell Jr., in my opinion, I'm taking all bets, bro. I think David Morrell Jr. do David Benavidez something nasty.
Bingo.
I'm talking, bro. Tim
Dang.
Stott, bro. I think David Morrell Jr. does David Benavidez something nasty. I'm talking bad, bro.
If I may knock out,
Go ahead, go
I,
ahead.
I talked to Ronnie Shield behind the closed thing. You know, we just talking. And I said, Morrell, I think need another fight, you know, before he get to David. He said, no, KQ. No, he's ready right now. He's ready right now. Because he was a star in Cuba. He put 4 people in the hospital in Cuba. 4 people. Then when he fought before the last one, he put him in a coma. This guy is a 168 pounder that's up on his toes. That's a southpaw that moves like a middleweight. So is he ready? Hell yeah, he is ready. David Benavidez is flat-footed. He's coming straight there. But next thing you know, Morrell is not there. Morrell is a hard puncher. He is a very hard puncher, and he's ready right now. And he want all the smoke right now. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. And shout out to A1 Hoops on with the $5 in super chat says, for the morning cook, I appreciate your support, A1. Thank you so much, man. So I see Nick J. She said, y'all got Dave Benavidez all the way messed up. Stoudemire says, I'll take that bet, KO. Okay, we'll lock it in once the fight get announced. Boxiana said we rushing David Morrell and she don't like it. Let me tell all y'all something, man. This is just my opinion. You know, y'all feel me on this or don't feel me on this, but y'all here because y'all rock with my opinion. Crazy Man Chuck says, KO, do you know Benavidez personally? For the hate? No, I don't hate Benavidez. I think Benavidez beat everybody else, bro. I got Morrell beating him. Look, man, I hear what y'all saying, but as far as rushing David Morrell, he got a regular goddamn belt. Like, if he don't want to be rushed, number one, he need to stop talking the way that he talking, because he talking like he want the shit. And he talking big boy shit. Number two, I'm not gonna treat him like a prospect when he got a regular belt and he all the way at the top of a sanctioning body. I ain't rushing nothing. If he want to fight tomato cans and he want to be moved, fighting 8-round fighters and 10-round fights against journeymen or former people that challenge for a title, then he got to drop his belt and he got to stop talking about the top of the division the way he talking about the top of the division. Who am I to say he ready? Shit, he talking like he ready. He saying he want it. Shit, he rushing himself. And I believe in him. Go get that shit, young man. Like, hey, man, it is what it is. Go do that shit. Go prove me right or prove me wrong. Oh, shit. I want to see the fight. Because guess what? I might be rushing him, but he better than everybody David Benavidez ever fought. So it'd be a great fight for both of them. And they both at the exact same point in their career. They both were Canelo's mandatory with secondary belts. Why not? Why not? Get that shit cracking, bro. Why not? I don't give a damn, dog. But shout out to A1 who's on again with the $5 in super chat. Says, A1. He says, put something on it then, KO. I got you. I got 100 push-ups for anybody that got David Benavidez. I got 100 push-ups on David Morrell. And ladies, you can do women push-ups. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all can get this work too. Y'all can get this bet too if you want this bet. I got 100 on David Morrell. I'll do the man push-ups if the ladies take any of the bets. You got to get on camera and you got to do the women push-ups or whatever. But anyway, bro, the Canelo fight, right? So for me, I agree with what you said. I thought Canelo, now I thought he got hit a lot easier than I'm used to seeing him get hit, right? But I thought some of it was he didn't respect John Ryder's power. And he was trying to put on the show for those fans, trying to walk forward, trying to get the knockout, trying to be Mr. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put on the show. He back in Guadalajara or whatever. But I did see, like you saw, that what he's known for, that truck movement, that upper body movement and that head movement, that shit looking like it's slowing down a little bit. He ain't reacting the same way. He was getting hit with shit that he usually see coming. All them uppercuts John Ryder was hitting him with, it used to be some, you know what I'm saying? It used to be some bye, then he pulling and he countering on your ass. That shit looked like it was a little slower than usual, but he still looked powerful. He looked strong. They say he had surgery on his left hand. We locked in, Tim Stott. We locked in. He said he was having surgery on his left hand and he was throwing that left hook with authority and shit. So you know it was a good performance, but people kept saying he was gonna stop John Ryder. If you go look at my prediction, I said he gonna win by decision, and people are gonna be surprised with how well John Ryder accounts of himself, because at the end of the day, he's 32 years old, Canelo Alvarez, but he might as well be 37. 60 fights is a lot of fucking fights, bro.
Yeah.
60 fights, regardless of whether or not you thought he was fighting tomato cans, taking too much punishment. That's still 60 motherfucking training camps, bro. That's still a lot of sparring on your body. That's a lot of wear and tear, and it's starting to show, and it's going pretty quickly. He looked really good against Caleb Plant. Since that time, it's kind of been going down ever since then. Didn't look as good against Bivol, obviously. Then he didn't look good against Triple G. Now John Ryder, a guy with 5 losses, been stopped before. He didn't look. He's looking a little like Based on that performance, I am almost 100% sure that the fight that we were just talking about before this one, David Benavidez and David Morrell, they might well start getting ready to get it cracking with each other. Jamal Charlo might as well go ahead and get it cracking with Andrade and try to get it cracking with the 2 guys that I just named, because based on that performance, I'd be absolutely, positively, 1,000% surprised if Canelo Alvarez gets in the ring with either of those guys that I just named, because no matter what he tries to tell you, no matter what the front that they put on, he knows that shit ain't the same, man. Maybe you can say it was some ring rust in there, but he did not look the same last night. And with your gas tank compromised, getting tired the way that he get tired, John Ryder just couldn't take advantage of it because he's just not good enough. He fought with a ton of heart, face bloodied the whole goddamn night. He landed some good shots, but can you imagine Canelo on the inside with the uppercuts that Morrell can throw? Can you imagine a David Benavidez catching him with the shots that John Ryder was catching him with, as big and as strong as those guys are? Man, all right. Okay, good luck, Canelo. Now, on that fight, he said that he still wants Dimitri Bivol next. Do you think we're going to get that fight? Is he going to get in there with Bivol again, or is he just talking right now? What do you think his next move is going to be?
Well, after the fight, Chris Mannix was talking to Eddie Hearn, and they said they almost across the line. But see, Bivol don't want to fight at 175. Canelo do. Now, Bivol want to fight at 168. Now, that's a problem. Now, I don't know why Canelo want to fight at 175. Now, Bivol want to fight at 168. He's more comfortable at 168. But Canelo want to fight at 175. Now, I don't know.
You said Bivol was more comfortable at 168?
Yeah, they fought at
they fought at 175. He's a 175 champion.
Okay, 175. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
but Bivol wants to go take his belts at 168 though.
168, right. Yeah. Right. He wanted to take his belt at 168, but they trying to get the fight finished, but they real stuck right now. Now, deep down inside, I don't believe Canelo wants this fight. Eddie Hearn wants this fight, but of course they asked Eddie Hearn about this, and he said, "Listen, I'm just doing what I'm told." Now he said, "I work for Canelo," and Canelo said, "Hey, make that fight, make the fight," but he didn't say make the fight, whatever you have to do. So now, if they're gonna have that fight, I don't know. Now I say he's not gonna take this fight. I think Canelo's not gonna get back in there with Demetrius Bivol. What would he do differently? And I can't see what he's gonna do differently, especially after the performance last night.
Mm-hmm.
So and Bivol is that guy right now. That can beat Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, that jab too good. That jab, that activity, how big he is. Yeah, that's a tough match.
Yes. Bivol, he's a big guy. He knows how to fight right there mid-range. You know how to go down small and fight small, then come up tall and fight tall. And he had Canelo against the rope doing what? Shelling up. Because there's no answer. Canelo didn't have no answers. So I don't think Canelo wants this fight. But I think they're going through the motions, but I don't think this fight's going to get made.
And Canelo wants to fight him at 175 because if Canelo loses them belts, it's over with.
Exactly.
Yeah, if he lose them belts, he got nowhere to go but having to fight dudes that he probably really don't want to see like that. Like if he lose them belts, he could drop a belt here, drop a belt there, pick this guy, pick that guy. If he still got them belts, he don't want to fight Bivol at 168. You know how embarrassing that is to go up to the man weight class and you lose to him. Well, right now your fans are saying, "Hey man, he's just too small for the weight class. He this, he that." Then to have that same guy come down to your weight class and beat your ass again, He ain't trying to put himself in that position, man.
No,
He ain't trying to do that. A1 Hoops on with the $2 super chat says bed. Carlos Munoz hashtag big fish hashtag lines only with the $2 super chat says Benavidez couldn't even knock out Plant. Salute, fam. Don't tell him nothing, Carlos. I'm having everybody doing. We're gonna have a push-up only show. I'm having everybody doing push-ups around the motherfucker when Morrell put hands and feet on goddamn on Dave Benavidez. Shout out Miami Kid Jay. I just wanted to read this. I like this energy. I want Canelo to fight Benavidez or Morrell. Where is this energy with Tank fighting Shakur to Haney? You gotta go check the content we drop over here, man. You gotta go check us out when we be on panels and shit. You gotta check us out, you know what I mean? When we go live, man. I want what you want. So if you looking for that energy, you in the right place. You in the right place. You can ask anybody in the building that rock with your boy, man. We pushing Tank versus Devin hard. I ain't pushing nothing but that, bro.
Yeah.
Tank and Devin is the fight that we want over here. So I don't know what.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, okay? Like Nick J, I saw her in the chat saying this also. Do you see retirement for Canelo in the near future? Because if you look at what's out there, who's in his weight class or above his weight class, I don't see no clear-cut winners. If you're talking about the top of the class, what can Canelo do? I mean, we know he's a step one or maybe two steps behind now after 60 fights. So will he retire early? I mean, we retire real soon, or we see maybe another 6 or maybe 8 months, and that's it.
I mean, retiring soon, possibly, but as far as what he can do in the ring, he got a granite chin. Like it looked like when motherfucker hit him, his chin don't go no. You rarely see him get hit and go like that or like that or like that. Like he's strong and he's solid. So to me, his adjustment would be you gotta be a pressure fighter. He got good power. He just gonna have to be a pressure fighter and go forward and be willing to take shots and try to wear guys down and shit. But the issue with that, making that adjustment is it requires a gas tank.
Yeah,
it requires a real good gas tank. So he has some of the tools to just be a pressure fighter and try to wear guys down. He's accurate. Like I said, he has power, got a sturdy chin. So that would, and his feet aren't that good anyway. So that would lead you to believe to just press forward on dudes, try to lean on them, work the body, counter punch when you can, and try to make it an inside fight since you're going to be shorter than a lot of 168-pound fighters you're fighting. But that gas tank is the issue. Until he can find a way to fix that, the shit that he used to be able to have, like, because he used to be real twitchy and fast, counter punching shit. And he had all that shit, but that shit looked like it's kind of going away and shit. So I just think it's certain guys he gotta be if he want to keep making the money that he been making, he gonna have to start being willing to lose. he gonna have to start selling that name to people. OG, like just being real, like Mike Tyson towards the end of his career and shit. You might have to start selling that name to somebody, bro. Everybody don't go out like Floyd, man. Yeah, some people go out a different way, and if he want to continue to make money and continue to kind of be a marquee name and shit, he gonna have to take on some people that he probably ain't gonna have the advantage with, man, to keep it 100 with y'all. So
see, that's what I'm talking about. When you're number 5 on the Forbes athlete list, listed at $110 million, I'd rather go out on top than down at the bottom, or just say, oh, well, he lost 5 fights, so he's gonna go retire. He lost 10 fights, he's gonna retire. I will go out on top. Now that's what I would do. So that's how I look at it. So
me, shout out to Charles. Shout out to Charles with the $2 in the super chat. He says both Davids in Canelo at 68. Damn. And then shout out Rolo in the photo where he say I still owe 50 push-ups on Ryan Garcia. Well, shit, when you gonna pay him? You in every chat. When you gonna get my push-ups, bro? When you gonna get my push-ups? You can do them hoes on camera, put them on your channel or something, bro. Come on, Rolo. Damn, Rolo. How long it take, man? Are you having to work out so you can complete 50 push-ups, man? Hell going on, bro? Rolo done told me like 3 times I still owe my 50. I still owe my 50. I still owe my 50. He ain't did one of them, OG. He ain't did one push-up for you, boy. I don't know. Rolo, come on now. Come on now, Rolo. Shout out Matayo L with the $20 in the super chat coming back, showing love. I appreciate you, Matai. Thank you for supporting the channel. All right, OG. So Tank Davis got his sentencing on Friday. He gonna be serving house arrest. He gonna be going to Calvin Ford to serve his house arrest. What you got on that? Is this gonna be a hit to his career? Is a 90-day sentence of house arrest where he has to do 3 years of probation after that, and he's gonna have to do 200 hours of community service. What do you think of that, man? Is this gonna hurt his career? Is it gonna help his career? Is it not really gonna matter? What do you think now that we know what his consequences are, man?
No, it's not going to help his career. It's not going to hurt it. It's not really going to matter. Floyd did the same thing, and he continued where he left off at. And but see, Gervonta Davis wasn't a happy camper. For a simple reason, he wanted to do a house arrest in Atlanta, where his house is, but now he had to do it in Baltimore. Now, of course, mysteriously, they had to switch judges at the last minute. The one that threw out the plea deal, he wasn't the one that sentenced him. Now, he is found guilty. Let's get that straight. Yeah, he is found guilty. Right. So now, don't forget, this is not over with. We are talking about civil suit. Now, he is liable. He is liable in a civil court. Civil is different from state. Civil is monetary gain. And this young lady, the one that's pregnant, the one that he did not even say I'm sorry to in the court, he is going to sit there and answer and get deposed in a civil case. So this is not over with, you all. You will hear more about it, and you're going to see Tank fighting more now because you're going to have to pay that settlement. Now, the other three are fine. They already got their money, all right? They got their money right off the bat. But this young lady is pregnant. This young lady did not want to hear that. At least she wanted to hear, maybe it could have helped me. We would have said, hey, I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking about. Man, I just lost my head, or I don't know anything. But now, she's talking about civil suit, so, but I wish him luck. I don't like to see no one, pretty much, things like that happen to him. But, look, sometimes when you do something, you gotta pay the piper, baby. You gotta pay the piper, and move on. Then what you have to do, so you got to move on,
Yeah, for sure.
She had the baby already. So, but still, she's pissed off still. Because at first she believed that the baby would have came out, maybe with some kind of deformity or whatever, but the baby, what I hear is fine, so, but still in all, she want to get hers, and she might get it, so, but
yeah, and she deserved whatever they come to. She deserved all of that. For his career though, because obviously this is a boxing channel. For his career, I think it's gonna actually make him lock in more. I saw Drink put it in the chat and he couldn't agree more. I think so. The 90 days house arrest, he's gonna be with his coach. They have all the tools. If they don't let him go to the gym, because I'm not sure, sometimes they allow you to go to work because you still got to have a way to make money. So they may let him go to the gym and home, and that's it. Or if they don't allow him to do that and they say, nah, you just got to stay at the crib, they got all the tools, they got all the money to bring all the equipment to the house for him to where he can still train and keep himself in shape. And he was already showing signs of being more locked in than we had ever seen in the past year or two. And so it could just be nothing but a 90-day, hey, we're going to train, you're going to spend time with your family, and we just going to train, we're going to lock in and get ready for a fight at the end of the year. That, to me, is going to make him dangerous. As long the key is, if he handles this the right way, it can be good for him. It can be good for him. If he handles it the wrong way and just sits around, allows himself to get out of shape, doesn't take his training serious or anything like that, then it could be bad. But based on what we've seen from him recently, the activity level, being locked in, the way that he's been talking, how humble he was after the Ryan Garcia win, I think that he's probably going to handle it the right way. That's what I'm hoping for, at least, because say what you want about Tank, like him, don't like him, hate him, be a huge fan of his, whatever the case may be, boxing is better when he's in it, and boxing is better when he got a fight coming up. So yeah, that's my that's my thoughts on it, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just hope that it makes him an even better fighter, and more importantly, makes him an even better person, so he don't put himself in positions like that again.
So, for those that don't know what home confinement is, it's pretty much called house arrest, and you will be equipped with a ankle bracelet. All right, not the one you buy from the store. All right, not one in the jewelry store. All right, this is one that's special made from the House of Corrections. Okay, now it does go 100 feet. Okay, that's the only far as you can go. Now you can knock out call for a special permission for a doctor to see your lawyer, and special, passes for this or that, funeral, wedding, all that. You can get some movement, so you're not just really stuck there for 90 days. So it still is stipulations, and he got community service. So all
Yeah,
right,
and I'm sure one of those will be, hey, can I still go work? Because
right,
I don't think he's staying
right,
at Calvin Ford house for no reason. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like
right,
Calvin Ford,
right,
like I'm sure the lawyers are smart enough to be like, hey, can he go work? Can he go to work? Calvin Ford, the guy that y'all trust him to stay with, he gonna be the one to take him to the gym. They're gonna go to the gym. Like I'm sure something's
right,
in the works to where he can still do his job, because I'm sure they got something big planned for him.
right. Because
At the
boxing
end,
is his job. Boxing
yeah,
is
boxing
his
is his
job.
job. You got to be
Right,
able to make a living. You know what I mean? They
right,
can't, because you got to pay your bills and shit.
exactly.
What all right, so last words, OG, because I got a lot to tell the people for my last words. You got anything going on? We know we got the lives coming up. I'm sure you're gonna be calling the fight next week, man. What's your last words as we get ready to wrap the show, man?
Okay, well, my last words is, man, I appreciate everybody came in last night. I mean, man, we did about what 2.4 thousand last night, and I thank you all. I thank you all for supporting the channel. I thank you all for supporting me. And yes, I do come on Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, but I will not be on Tuesday. All right, due to a doctor appointment with, of course, mom. All right. So I have to take mom to the doctor. We won't be back in time. All right. Maybe she might kick me out this time again. I don't know. But anyway, I will be there. But I will be back Wednesday and the rest of the week. And I will call Rolly Romero, baby. He will be fighting this Saturday. And I will call that fight. All right. And we will be on my platform next week. All right. So you all have a great week. And I will see you all tomorrow, Monday at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. All right. Let's hear it, KO. What you got, baby?
All right, can y'all hear me? Chopping up a little. Let me make sure y'all can hear. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, but you freezing, but I can hear you.
All right, let me turn this camera off. Am I good now?
Yes, you are.
All right, cool.
Yes,
All
you
right,
is.
look, y'all. So, couple of things that we got coming to the channel. And I got to make an announcement. So first and foremost, I got to send a big, huge shout out to Thomas Hill. He got me in connection with these people, and I will be interviewing Abdullah Mason on the channel. Now, I'm locking it down. I'm trying to get it locked down for either Wednesday or Thursday. If not Wednesday or Thursday, it'll be next week. But I do have an interview coming with the best prospect in boxing, in my opinion. Y'all heard me say this before we ever got the interview, so this ain't me just trying to kiss the team ass or nothing. But we will have Abdullah Mason coming to the channel for me to interview him sometime either this week or early next week. So y'all be sure to turn those notifications on. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We'll be interviewing the young phenom Abdullah Mason, 135-pound top prospect in boxing. Will be coming through the channel, so y'all be sure to tune in for that. The other announcement, as y'all know by now, we are ending the TKO debate series. I'll be explaining to everybody why we ending the TKO debate series, but let me tell y'all this: it's not what you think. It's not what you think. Y'all be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We gonna break motherfucking YouTube tomorrow. I promise y'all that, man. Y'all be sure to tune in. Y'all be sure to tune in. Everybody been asking. I keep getting hit up about it. Hey man, don't end this. Don't do that, man. What's going on? Knockout. Don't do that. Yeah, if y'all don't know me by now, we always got something up our sleeve, man. We
Yes,
always
sir.
got something up our sleeve. So, TKO debate series ending. It's ending for sure. But find out why tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. OG, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. You enjoy the rest. You enjoy the rest of your day. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Hit the like button on your way out, and I see y'all tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Peace out, man.
Sir. All right, peace.